Russia launched 154 drones in overnight attacks on Ukraine, which says it downed 148 of them. In the southern east city of Zaporizhia, a strike killed a couple and wounded their children aged 15 and 11 and 4 others, according to the regional administration. Ukraine's armed forces say 5 drone strikes hit 4 locations and downed debris fell on 7 places. Meanwhile, Russia's defense ministry claims to have downed 283 Ukrainian drones overnight, whilst Ukraine says to have struck facilities at the Russian Saratov oil refinery. Ukrainian drone manufacturer Skyfall shows off its P-1 Sun interceptor drone. Interest in these drones has recently spiked as they have proven successful in intercepting larger loitering munitions, according to a Skyfall spokesman. They're also cheap to produce, easy to customize and fast to deploy, according to its makers. With Donald Trump's victory, gender ideology and wokeness have been pushed back. One can proudly embrace Christianity and say no to migration. This is how Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban opened his speech at the 5th Conservative Political Action Conference in Hungary. Leaders of far-right parliamentary parties from Austria, the Netherlands, Germany and Spain also addressed the conference.
Ha így győzünk, azzal nem csak Magyarországot védjük meg, hanem beszakítjuk a progresszívek brüsszeli kapuját is.
Orban also said that under the leadership of the United States, a new conservative world order is taking shape, in which Hungary serves as the leading force in Europe.
And despite all of the attacks, you have to understand, he keeps on winning.
Participants arrived at the closed-door event in the utmost secrecy, but euronews managed an interview with Moldova's former president, who says nowadays it is EU interference which should be feared.
Probabil cei care sunt acum la conducerea Bruxellesului ar dori ca în Ucraina să fie alt guvern care nu ar pune în Ungaria să fie alt guvern care nu ar pune obstacole în calea integrării europene a Ucrainei.
Several CPAC speakers also argued that the EU would be committing suicide by admitting Ukraine.
The United States and Israel launched an attack on Iran's Natanz nuclear site, marking a further escalation to the conflict now entering its 4th week. The UN's nuclear watchdog confirmed that there had been no radiation leakage, but urged for military restraint to avoid a nuclear accident. Meanwhile, Iran fired 2 intermediate-range ballistic missiles at a joint US-UK military base in the Indian Ocean. The missiles reportedly did not strike the base, but it does show Iran is not hesitant to use missiles that reach beyond the Middle East. The latest developments come as the US is deploying additional warships and troops to the region. This is despite mixed signals from US President Donald Trump suggesting he was considering, quote, winding down military operations in the region. Meanwhile, attacks have been ongoing. Overnight into Saturday, Israel continued to launch strikes at Tehran, while in Israel, debris from an Iranian missile struck an empty kindergarten.
Lebanon's Hezbollah group and Israeli forces are engaged in ongoing clashes in the town of Kiam in southern Lebanon, according to both sides on Saturday. Hezbollah says its fighters also attacked military posts along the Israeli border and Israeli soldiers in the Lebanese coastal town of Nakura, which is witnessing fierce fighting. Meanwhile, Israel claims to have killed 4 Hezbollah fighters on Saturday. In the early hours of Saturday, explosions shook Beirut as the Israeli military said it was striking Hezbollah targets in the city. Meanwhile, images show the aftermath of the attacks, which destroyed buildings and left debris in the southern suburbs of Beirut. This new wave of violence kicked off when Hezbollah fired rockets to avenge the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, by Israel and the US. Israel retaliated with a campaign of airstrikes on parts of Lebanon that has so far left more than 1,000 people dead and over 1 million displaced.